they didn't hire him to be an AMM, but bro, you dumb. Like, you stupid. Like, I can... You know when you can tell someone's low IQ when you talk to them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Here's one of those.
Cassie deals with that a lot. She calls them managers.
I had a police captain walk up to me and go, "Hey, can you badge me into my office?" I was so excited to go cook my breakfast that I forgot to grab my ID off my desk.
At least they're honest.
Right? Like, they told you how it was. Like, listen, I don't have a great reason for why I'm in here to talk to you.
I'm so excited.
And then
breakfast, I forgot my badge.
I had another cop come in today because I brought my little droid that the kids got me for Christmas to work, so I could put it on my desk. And I was sitting there playing with it, and it was making its little droid noises and doing its little droid movements and stuff like that. Mind you, there are me and like 4 cops and a receptionist in this building. That's the end of it. And I keep hearing this one officer pace back and forth down the hall. And finally he came stomping into my office and he's like, "You hear them droid noises?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's
you
like,
truly missed an opportunity.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
I did.
Low IQ.
And he was like, "Where are they coming from?" I was like, "My desk." He's like, "Police force getting droids?" I'm like, "No."
What? Is the police force getting droids? Oh, why, yes, sir. Even though you've never heard of this technology before.
Next week we're going to attack the Death Star. Are you coming?
We're fielding this technology for the first time ever in Raleigh, North Carolina, or wherever the fuck you working now.
I work in a small little town now.
What town do you work in?
The town of Holly Springs.
That is a Hallmark movie waiting to happen.
Dude, right? The small town of Holly Springs.
And
where
so,
something magical is about to happen this Christmas season.
I had to break this poor man's heart as I told him no and had him come over, look at my droid, and be kind of sad. And he was not, in fact, getting his own little police droid.
I mean, like, that's what he gets for thinking he was going to get one.
Fucking idiot.
So please get your own droids. It's like, yeah, man, we just didn't tell you.
Absolute stooge.
You have a small brain. No riches, no lumps, no values of all. All of the ideas do. All right.
I got a big 5-subject notebook and 40 mechanical pencils for D&D. I'm prepared.
Imagine taking your notes on a piece of paper.
I don't type fast enough. And I can't type and focus at the same time.
Having mechanical pens.
I don't type fast.
The fuck is Kevin's? Oh, there it goes.
I can't listen and type at the same time. I don't know why.
But can you probably struggle with blinking and breathing too?
Can't you go?
I mean, no, the Marine Corps told me not to.
Yeah. You want to bring up the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, I am.
The thing that you hate?
Yes, I am.
Bro, how many fucking things do I need to delete here?
Because the beautiful thing about being a shitbag Marine that turned into a veteran is I can pull it up at my leisure.
As opposed to all the other things you could have turned into.
You've been a doctor, bro.
Yeah.
No, you couldn't have.
Could you imagine Dr.
Why?
Collins? You'd have to get a doctorate in something that's not the medical field.
Why not? I feel like I'd be a great medical doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and studied football and WWE.
Your bedside manner will be the patient waiting for their fucking prognosis, diagnosis in the same breath while you're sitting there behind their fucking chart.
Hey, look.
You have rectal cancer. It's terminal.
My God.
It says it right there. Rectal.
The greatest cure for things is laughter.
So, sir, here is your cream for your anal polyps.
Yeah, Collins, I'm sure your patients will just be uplifted by you doing that fucking ghost ass giggle.
They're gonna walk out.
That's probably the worst news they've ever received in their life.
I feel like I could be a good pediatrician.
Collins, no.
Like I said, a doctorate in a field that's not the medical field.
I feel like I'd be a good pediatrician. I'm gonna go with kids.
I'm gonna Google some weird doctorates.
Bro, the file uploading on Roll20 is pissing me the absolute fuck off. I literally have one more thing to fucking import, and it's not doing it.
One more thing.
The world's most unusual PhDs and doctorate. Your connection failed.
That's a weird doctorate.
I have not uploaded more than my
get
quota.
a
I'm deleting
PhD
it.
in fucking fishing, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
At Oregon State University.
That's fucking
What you
Dr. Gerald
majoring?
Van Sexton.
Asian.
What the fuck is dramaturgy? I haven't heard of that spell.
It's like thaumaturgy, but for theater.
Students to work in theaters as artistic producers and dramaturge. What's a dramaturge?
It's like a thaumaturge, but you know,
drama
they do it
warlock.
on stage.
Dramaturgy is a flexible career. I don't want to know what drama. I want to
It's
know
a
what
bard that
dramaturge.
multi-classes.
Literary advisor. Oh, okay. You can't do that. You can't read. You can't even type and think at the same fucking time.
I can type and think at the same time, but can't type and listen. At least not quickly.
My boy can't even walk and breathe
He's
simultaneously.
over there like the word.
Boy be walking, gasping like a fish. Okay.
Oh, there's a doctorate in folklore? What? University of Missouri.
Oh,
It ain't too
Missouri
far
would be
from
the
you.
place, wouldn't it? Okay. Let me get
Library
Kenku in here and we
science.
can start.
Hicks is now knowing what he's using his GI Bill for.
If I'm using my GI Bill, I talked to Cody the other day. It was going to be for geophysics.
If I gotta slap something together live, I gotta slap something together live. But god damn it, I want to play.
It's going to be fucking 5 goddamn years to figure out what I'm in school for.
Got a big notebook. Got a little pencil. Got my keyboard and mouse. I'm ready to roll
Why you
digital
specifically
rocks.
got a little pencil?
We all got little pencils, Kevin. Come on now.
We wouldn't hang out with each other if any of us had a big one.
Make sure you take the cap off your pencil, Collins.
I can't.
He can't
It's
type
stuck.
and think.
Why
He
can't I
can't
see your
type and
fucking
listen at the
camera?
same
Hang
time,
on,
but
let
he
me
can
refresh
write
my
and
page
listen.
really quick. I think I'll be able to see them.
I'll say I just enabled mine.
Oh,
Hey,
it
it's,
jumbled up everyone's fucking thing
Oh no!
after I just fixed it.
Well, I have about another 10 minutes to see if there's
Son of
anything
a
else to do.
Bitch. All right, who's first? Fucking Collins. Fucking giggle boy. Yeah, now it's swapping Cody and Collins whenever I try and put them next to each other.
That's amazing.
I put Cassie down
I
here.
don't think Cody wants my
Oh my
life.
god, it's swapped Collins and Cassie now. Everything's so fucked.
Sound check.
I won't ever move. Yeah, okay, I did move Kevin. I'm gonna put Kevin.
The dungeon daddy stays firm.
Son of a bitch, it fucked up
Ugh.
everybody's shit. I just need one of you guys to get into the right spot here. The fuck? Alright.
He's a phantom.
Whenever you're ready, let me know, Bronson. We can start.
This upsets me, like, to a metaphysical level.
I don't know what that word means.
Alright.
And you
Like
thought you could be a
otherworldly.
doctor.
He's
Oh,
won
thank
a
you.
doctorate in fucking fishing. Collins be out there on some lake on a fucking jet John.
It's a very apt description, Cassie. Very good.
I don't know why it's not.
Thank you for telling
I only
me what
know
it
it because
means
of a song.
instead of making fun of me like all my other friends.
If you get a doctorate,
It's okay. I've spent like the last 10 years consistently asking Cody what words mean. So
Hey, I do that same thing.
Cassie got more time. Did you get a haircut, Collins?
I buzzed my head.
You buzzed your head?
Colin's gonna
Yeah.
be standing out in a fucking rickety ass fishing boat in the middle of the pond. Got his fucking leather coveralls with his boots. He's gonna be giving a dissertation on bass to the fish.
This is a
With a
smallmouth
white lab
bass.
coat.
You know how I know? Because it is.
I'm a doctor. Look at
And
his
it's a
little
small-
mouth.
I
You know
actually,
how I know?
I actually think that that's
Look
a
at that small
flathead.
little
He
guy.
just goes, I have a doctorate.
PhD, ma'am?
That is a knucklehead trout.
I have a HPD in fishing, okay?
I
You
got
know
a
how many
foot
people
in fishing, alright?
would think you were lying if you walk up and say you have a PhD in fishing? That's a bumper sticker.
If you say it like that, they will. I got a PhD in fishing.
depends on where you are.
I am a doctor. I got an HGTV.
You go to the right place and you just go, I have a PhD in fishing. They'll go, that's badass, dude. And he'll go, that's a bad bass, in fact.
And then someone slaps the absolute piss out of him.
I almost want to do it just to make the Marine Corps pay for, or make the military, or make the government pay for 4 years of it.
Doctorate's longer than a fucking 4-year degree, bro. It's like 12
I know,
years.
but if I can get them to pay for any little bit of me getting a degree in fishing,
You can get a bachelor's in fishing. Like, if there's
He
a
only
fucking
he gets a-
doctorate in it, there's a bachelor's.
He gets a fucking bachelor's in fishing. He's like, well, I'm only rated for medium-sized American fish, you know? Beyond that, you get into the doctorate level.
you
Not
you
gonna
get
lie,
a-
man. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Still intensely on the fence, but for like the past month, I've been thinking about law school. Going into civil law. Because I'm trying to think, like, what am I actually passionate about in life? Like, besides, doing stupid fucking goofy voices and hoping someone will pay me for it. Like, the one thing I've always been passionate about my entire life was helping people who are actively getting screwed over, and that is entirely what civil law practice is about. The only problem is if you go to law school, you gotta learn fucking everything.
Yeah, that's how law school works.
Yeah.
And then you choose your specialization.
They want you to be good at it all.
I thought about
It's
going to
something I've
college
been
for
kicking
computer
around.
science, and then I realized that's a completely useless degree, kind of.
If I went to school, I'd go for geophysics.
In what way is it useless?
Well, everyone I talk to that has a bachelor's in computer science says I wish I'd have went to college for something else.
That's just because they don't want to do their job.
You got everything straight,
My-
Bronson?
I'm good.
Listen, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it'll teach you a lot about programming. And my brother has a bachelor's degree in computer science, and he makes, I don't know, an assload of money, as would be an accurate measurement.
Hmm?
My uncle, I think, just got his master's in computer science.
I have no degree, and I make a
He
big
got
toe
his
worth of
bachelor's
money.
in computer science back in like the early 90s before the internet boom.
Okay.
I don't have enough room on my desk for all my drinks, and I am sad.
All your drink. How many do you
I
have?
can't
I
fit
had a
my
couple
PBR on my
How many do you
desk.
need?
Actually, my PBR's on the fridge.
Welcome to the Oregon State
Okay.
University PhD in fishing program. Over there, you'll find a tackle box filled with bait and PBR.
I got a cup of water, a soda pop,
Why do you need both?
and a Jamocha shake.
Why do you need all three? Why did you go to Arby's?
I don't need to know why he feels like he needs all three, because I feel
Gallon
like
of
the
water.
answer is just gonna make me mad.
Can flavored water.
Well, I got this to wet
Water.
my whistle.
Red looking water.
I got
Strawberry,
this for
orange,
flavor
banana flavored.
from the soda store.
I thought you said you were gonna stop going to the soda store.
Sarah went, and then when she got back, she had one for me.
Sure, blame it on Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
And
they
then
Anyway.
went, so of course I had to.
It's 9
We went
o'clock.
to Arby's
Let's
for dinner.
get started.
I've already been
So-
recording for 25 minutes.
Last we left off, you all set off westward toward the terst fields, Indy's childhood home. Along the road, you encountered a wagon that had broken down, the horses gone, and its lone occupant, an eccentric old man named Vink Granley.
A hobo.
It was revealed that Vink and Indy knew one another, and that he was returning to the terst fields when his wagon broke down. You agreed to help fix his wagon and retrieved his horses in return for a much faster arrival to the village. With the horses retrieved and the wagon fixed, dusk brought you to the sleepy village of the terst fields. You made your way to Indy's childhood home, where there was a joyful reunion with his mother, Dandy, before you were all invited in for dinner. A wonderful meal is presented to you, savory meats and flaky, buttery bread, a hearty vegetable soup and sweet pastries, all making your mouths water. As you all sit around in this space, the cozy candlelit interior, Dandy looks up and looks around to all of you. Some of you more cramped around her small table than others. Well, no need to be polite. Dig in. Now, Andy, I almost hesitate to ask, but you took off without saying a word to anyone, and I understand how traumatic it must have been for you, but where have you been all this time? Where did you go?
Well, I was on an airship, traveled here and there. I couldn't sit here, Mom, knowing that tragedy had happened right under us and no one could do anything about it. So I had to go learn and grow so that the next time something like this happened, I could do something.
What if you had been next? I know you were fond of old pebbles, we all were. But the way that man died, if anything had happened to you,
You just hit your cat.
no, I did this, and I snapped in his face to scare him. Want that stated very clearly for the record. I did not hit my cat.
He went.
Making a lot more awful sounds had I hit him. Bringing us back to this emotional moment.
I heard the meow and you just lean over and go. And I tried so hard not to laugh.
Dude. I've been in here for fucking an hour and a half, and as soon as I start is when. Anyway, back in it.
Well, Mom, I couldn't sit here and do nothing. I mean, he was my mentor. He was my best friend. He was the only one that I could go and talk to. He felt like a father to me.
I know. Everyone here loved him. We're still not sure what they were looking for in that shop. All he had in there were toys, tools, materials. Man lived a very simple life.
He did. I mean, from what I know, he didn't bring anything from his old shop. And all he wanted to do was just make kids happy and smile and build toys. I mean, he wasn't looking to make a lot of money. He never had a lot of money. I mean, he lived in the back of a shop.
Well, did you find anything in your time on the road?
Not yet, but hopefully with my new friends and some luck, we'll finally find something.
So you're not home to stay.
Not this time, Mama.
See her kind of take that in for a moment and then kind of remember the rest of you in the room sitting around the table where this conversation is being. Where are my manners? This dourness can wait for another day. Come on now, eat. You, points to Dimple, you haven't even touched anything, and I've seen you eyeing that bread for the last 20 minutes. Come on now, get after it.
Well, if you insist. She just.
As she just sends upon it like a blender. Shay just picks up like a halfling-sized knife and fork. It's one of those upscale tasting menus. So it pulls like a little piece of meat.
Right, like your carving knife is like a cheese knife in your hands.
It's like, so fancy. I never know where to put my napkin.
As the meal goes on, is there anything you'd like to discuss? Any questions for Dandy? Anything you want to talk about amongst yourselves?
I look up with a mouthful of food and go, "So, Mama, what's changed around here since I left?"
Well, evidently not the fact that you still talk with your mouth full. You better stop that. Raised you better than that.
Hit you like I hit the cat. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
He hasn't come back, so...
I'll beat you like a black-haired stepcat.
Oof. Okay. Well, not much really changes around here. Garza's been doing his normal stuff, says things are still the way they are, where they've always been. And you would know, Indy, Garza is actually one of the more prominent gnolls that lives within the village. Garza is actually the de facto leader of the faction of Dustpaw gnolls that live here. I mean, there's always rumors of ravagers around on the outskirts, but as long as the Dustpaws are around, they keep them at bay, keep them away from here. So we never have to worry too much. But, I mean, there's always folks around here that could use a helping hand.
I mean, I don't know how long we'll be in town, but maybe I can lend some help. My skills have gotten better. I've been practicing what old Cricket Pepple taught me while I was on the road.
Well, that's good. And I see you found some interesting compatriots. As she watches Dimple absolutely destroy another half of a loaf. Just like drowning it and almost herself in honey.
Just
yeah, exactly. Fucking
she's had
music
trail
video
rations
style.
for like a week, man.
Pulls the fucking cord on the gravy boat and just.
I lean over to Mom and whisper, "That little one. She almost single-handedly saved my life from a monster."
Did she now?
Yeah. You should have seen it. It was insane.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories about the fair folk, but well, I've never met one.
She's a sight.
She is at that. Watches now as like a full-size cup is upended in two tiny palms with as Dimple drains a glass of ale.
I guess just his saving was open to artistic interpretation. So, hey, Mr. DM, I have a question for you. And maybe since she's here, I can just ask this question. It's like, so, what is the Turst Field's main source of commerce?
Well, we're mainly farmers around here. We actually take a bit of pride in our work because our produce actually feeds most of Tal'Dorei. We have to import most everything else, so merchant caravans come along maybe once every month or so. Get what we need.
So that's
every
why
now
you
and
make.
again.
That's why you sell pickles.
Well,
You have
that
just such easy access to cucumbers.
when you have a good recipe for something, everyone's asking for it. I mean, why not capitalize?
Just curious. Just trying to figure out where the pickles came from.
Oh, they came from the cukes out in the garden. I could show you tomorrow.
Sure.
Well, all right.
You should see in the shade. Mama grows the best cucumbers.
Well, Tersfields grows the best of just about everything.
Just kind of awkwardly sits there for a second and then just goes back to eating his tiny meal.
Well, all right then. I'm
Yeah,
checking
just like
out.
a good 10 seconds of him just sitting there just with them solid black eyes just maybe just nudges his piece of bread over to Dimple for fear she might snatch it.
Oh, you almost lose a finger.
She definitely, like, defensively bites at his hand.
She's just gone feral with the amount of food available to her.
Vessel,
Free food at that.
I know you've been hesitant this entire time to try one of my mom's pickles, but since we're here, do you want to try a fresh one?
Try a fresh one from the source and not Yeah, I'll try one.
I think his hesitation was whenever you offered him strange, soggy pickles with a half-eaten one still in a jar.
Oh, Andy, you didn't.
Mama, I didn't know where else to put it, and I didn't have time to finish it.
Well, you don't put it back in the jar.
I didn't have a bag.
Just eat the rest of it.
We were busy.
Didn't have yon medieval Ziploc.
She kind of reaches behind her over on one of the shelves and produces a jar of pickles that she opens and places in the center of the table. And if I
One of
see you
these
do that
pickles
here,
is
I'm going to
poison.
break your hand, Eddie Hemlock.
Mama.
Bobby Boucher.
I know.
Vessel's gonna reach to the jar, open it up, grab one, just take a bite and chew and go. It's a good pickle.
Shay just leans in,
Those are
just
pickles,
staring at you
alright.
with those solid black eyes from like the side. Just,
Gonna nudge the.
how is it?
The pickle I've bitten off over at it. You want to try it?
I'm gonna look at Vesible.
Takes a bite of it. How does it taste, Mr. DM?
Well, you
Describe
definitely
to me
get
this
describe
artisan
me
pickle.
the symphony of the pickle.
How was the snap when I bit
Oh,
into
the
it?
snap's immaculate.
It's like an elastic.
Right.
The snap is immaculate. There is more.
Was it a solid? Is it a spear?
They are spears, and whereas a
not
lot
my
of
preferred.
pickles over brine, and the centers get that weird mushiness amidst the snap goes all the way through. There is definitely the tang of vinegar, but the tang is instantly washed away by a combination of savory garlic and herbs,
Oh, garlic.
a little bit of sweetness. Fucking mutant.
It's when we find out he's a vampire.
Just a little hint of sweetness on the back notes. It is a... You never really given much thought to pickles before, but if someone could be said to have figured pickles out, you think you met her.
It's information.
Muted.
I just go, well, you don't put it back in the jar, because apparently that is a social faux pas.
Well, yeah. It gets germs
think
in
you-
the jar.
I think you hold that for the rest of forever.
Or you just finish eating. I don't understand. Do they not feed you, Indy? Can you not eat a single pickle spear in one sitting?
I take the
Mom.
rest of that pickle and I throw it at Dimple. I throw it at the melee that is Dimple eating.
Make an attack roll.
Not throw to hit, just throw to like on into the pile.
Oh, into the... I thought you meant at her,
Yeah.
at her.
No, like just into the brawl that is her eating food.
Okay, then. Dimple. Make a dexterity check just to see if the pickle just lands in your vicinity or actually hits you in your erratic movement around your zone you have created for yourself.
If I get high enough, can I try to catch it?
Oh, 100%.
Excellent. You said a check?
Yeah, just do it. Just a dex check.
I'm so sorry.
Either one of those would have been fine.
Nice.
So how would you like to catch the 3/4 eaten pickle spear as it is
So-
hucked at you?
Kind of think of it as like a fancy dodgeball move. Like, she's got a lump of bread in her hands, and she sees the pickle, drops the bread just in time to catch the pickle.
And just unwavering eye contact with you, Shade.
Absolutely. Intimidation check. I'm feeling an intimidation check.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Let's go. That's not bad.
Shade, make an insight check against her intimidation.
I just want you to know, never in my 29 years have I ever thought I would see a fairy try to intimidate somebody with a pickle.
D&D, baby.
Let's fucking go!
You don't know what it
Intimidated
is.
as hell.
You don't know what it is about this moment, Shade. Maybe it's just the fact that you have watched this tiny body with wanton abandon tear into everything in front of her, reminding you of scavengers on carcasses. But as those tiny pink eyes meet your black ones, a very potent shiver runs down your spine.
And as the eye contact locks, she takes a very large bite from the top of the pickle, like I'm like biting its head off.
It's brine juice dripping down your face.
Mixing with the breadcrumbs.
I just noticed this is the first time we've seen Dimple eat this entire campaign.
Jade is just reminded of like the tales of sharks in the water eating people, and he's just kind of all he wanted to do was just toss his friend and like, you try it. And she's just fucking alrighty then. That's fun. That's hilarious.
Are there any other questions or dinner shenanigans to be had?
He ain't talking for the rest of the night, man.
Worried about what the night's gonna bring. All right, well, dinner is had, more conversation, jokes, laughter as the night grows late, and Dandy shows you all to a side room that admittedly probably is not going to be the most comfortable night of sleep for half of your party, as all of the furniture was made for a halfling. But nonetheless, you find places that are comfortable enough to close your eyes for the night. And are you all resting? Is anyone paranoid enough to take a watch?
Absolutely.
I am
100%.
jumping in my bed.
When we're like being led to our room, does Dimple like notice anything that like that it has that extra gleam?
Make me
You got any money, Mr. DM?
a perception check.
Two sides of the fairy tried to save my life and is trying to rob my mom.
So there's the dim light in here, and as you're being led towards the back end of the house, away from the living room and dining area, you pass by some of those shelves that were kind of crammed full with those odd-looking knickknacks, and getting a closer look, you do see one that looks like it's made out of some kind of almost a brass material. It's an odd shape. It's like a cylinder with a cap on top, and on one side it has like a small switch or lever.
After bed, Dimple will be trying to steal that. Just throwing that in there. It can be done whenever it needs to be done. Just
Okay. Well, in that case, if Shade is taking a watch, then I would say make a stealth check, unless you are just still confident in the fact that Shade ain't gonna say shit after the pickle.
I feel like she would try to be sneaky about it.
Okay. Shade, make me a perception check. Dimple, make me a stealth check.
Shade just sits there.
You're muted.
Shade just sits there polishing the gleaming blade. And knowing the fact that he is not going to see her, but he's still going to take that shot. Yeah, he's just.
So as you're polishing, Shade, the window next to you in the room, you hear the wayward howl of a dog in the distance, and it kind of jerks your head up for a minute. And in just that split second, a pink blur exits the room.
I love that I'm just the stealth portion on Dimple's minigame.
Oh, 100%. Every guard that Dimple has to stealth by in the Dimple video game is just a pale man with black eyes. All right, Dimple, in the quiet of the night, with most of your companions asleep and the one on watch none the wiser, you slip your way past the cat in the hallway and make your way back to the shelves where you saw that object, and it is there. It is, say, about 3-4 inches tall.
Okay, so that's totally doable. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
for Dimple. So, she's just gonna swipe it. Like, kind of look around, see if there's anybody. Listen, steal.
We're gonna go ahead and roll off of your nat 20 on your stealth check.
Thank you.
And say that easily enough you were able to extricate it from the shelf without disturbing any of the other things around it. And you do look at it; it's almost cylindrical, and then and again, it's broken into 3 just like noticeable base pieces. There seems to be an end cap piece, a body, and then on the side of it, this small lever or switch. And it's all made of this brilliantly gleaming polished brass.
You said there's a switch?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flip it.
Okay. As you do, you hear a very short, high-pitched, almost a grinding sound as the cap comes open with sparks, and then a flame sits at the end.
You just
Of the
stole a
subject.
lighter?
Like,
Shiny brass lighter.
That's so cool.
eyes light up with the flame, like a cat seeing a
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
tree. She like closes it really quickly.
It closes with a barely audible click.
Looks around, make sure nobody saw her. Hugs it. And off.
All right. You know what? Because it's fun, go ahead and make me another stealth check for your re-entry.
Ooh.
Shade, if you would like to make me another perception check.
Sure, I would love to. I think I have a shot this time.
Oh, how the turntables.
So when Shade like catches her, can she go invisible?
100%. So Shade.
He still can see her. Like he visibly sees Dimple, she holds her breath, and she just goes invisible.
Yeah, so as you just kind of lost your own thoughts, you catch the barest whisper of a rustle in the air, and you look, and in comes Dimple, hugging something shining and metallic to her chest. She sees you, her eyes go wide, and disappears.
I just kind of mutter to open air, just, what you got there?
Dimple pauses, trying to think of what to say. And she just goes, "Oh, I don't know how you can see me." And like she's like slowly making her way.
Che just goes, "Do you you really think?"
I do not think I am a ghost.
Go to bed.
Hey, you can't tell me what to do.
Bed.
You're not the boss of me.
I thought you were a ghost.
She just sneaks up behind him and smacks him on the back of the head.
You feel the impact of a tiny fist.
He just shakes his head and thinks about his life choices.
And Dimple goes to bed, cuddling her new bubble.
All right. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. You all wake to a clear sunrise, just cresting over the horizon, illuminating the numerous fields this village takes its name from, as people begin their daily work, tending their fields, checking crops.
I sit up, do that good sleep stretch, and go, I haven't slept that good in I don't know how long.
Just hear every vertebra in Shade's back pop as he stands up.
Yeah, just walking like with a permanent crick in his neck. Just...
Good morning. How did Vessel sleep?
I don't know, DM, how did I sleep? Did I sleep okay?
Well, you notice that this house wasn't made with hooves in mind. Number one.
Sleeping standing up.
As opposed to what, a house with a straw floor?
Well, I guess by that I mean
I wasn't trying to creep around here and just
you look in the
Just in the
small
dark-
area. You look in the small area where you curled up, and you do remember fitful bits of repositioning in the middle of the night, and there are scuff and crack marks along some of the woodwork
Oh no.
on the floor and the wall. you think maybe your horns and hooves may have done a bit of a number.
I'll be laying down looking at that, roll over, look at Indy and go, sorry.
It's okay, friend. Little room, big person. I'll leave a couple pieces of gold for Mom to get it buffed out.
What'd you
How
say,
much do you
Cody?
think a buffer costs? I mouthed it, but I mouthed a couple of pieces of gold. How much do you think a buffer costs, bro?
Well, I'm not gonna ask my mom to give me change.
I would.
I can ask it for you.
No.
I'll leave 1 gold coin in the scuff marks.
You overpaid.
I'm assuming I did, but all I have is gold.
I think
So,
I'm gonna
Indy.
stand.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no! I mean, if you want to have a conversation, then it's gonna supersede what I'm gonna say.
So I'm gonna sleep in the stable.
Let's see, so
this
Indy.
time.
What you can't fit in the stables. Halfling size stables.
I'll just set my tent up out.
So, is there any shops in town?
Well, I know for a fact there's Mom's cart, and I think by now you know the toy store isn't open anymore.
Yeah, we clocked that.
I don't know if anything's still open. It's been a while since I've been here.
Wonder if
The
How long's it
tavern?
been?
Wonder if Posture's set up a little tiny fucking shack yet.
Well,
You would know that there aren't really shops in the Turst Fields. The Turst Fields is a production village. It's not so much a mercantile space. I mean, there is a small general store, but that's just mainly where the farrier and the blacksmith and the tanner kind of all sell their general wares for the other workers of the village. It's where most people buy their tools and equipment for tending their fields. And other than that, there's really just the ale house, which is just honestly just kind of a bumpkin bar where everybody goes after a hard day's work, has a drink. It's almost like it's like a boozy community center.
Your mom said that trader caravans come through once a month. Is it close to that time of month?
You don't know. Which, I actually, thanks to my mom in real life being awesome and getting me the Tal'Dorei campaign guide, physical copy for Carimpus, we're going to
Not
be
a
using
sponsor.
the Exandrian calendar for this. So it would be...
Kevin was
It
hoping
has now
someone would
been...
ask that so bad.
Yeah, he's like,
You
well,
had it
let me
open
go to my
the
big old
fucking
nerd.
page. It's just like, well, funny you should
Let me
ask.
go to my big old nerd book full of
I
nerd
just have
facts
for
and
the
tell you some
session
nerdy
5.
facts.
I just have next to the session 5 recap. There was a timekeeping note in case anyone else was interested.
you don't know how excited you made him. He was like, "Oh shit!"
It has been 6 days
Bust
since the
out
crash,
tome.
so you are almost within your first week. At the end of your first week together, and it is the 18th of Quen Pilar, which is it's getting into the fall months. So the air is starting to take a bit more of a chill. Harvest is starting to come close. There's about 2 months before the break of winter.
What month did you say it was?
Quen Pilar.
Quen Pilar.
Quen apostrophe and the word pillar.
Ah, get that Quen Pilar crisp to the air.
Did you say
Does it have
QUEN apostrophe
Is there a
pillar?
farmer's almanac in there? Can you tell us the temp for the next 4 weeks?
That I don't know, but there are days of the week, but I didn't get that deep into it.
Terrible.
I
What
figured.
day of the week is it, DM?
God damn you.
I mean,
There's still 7 days in this week.
You shouldn't tell me these things.
He was prepared down to the month, not the day.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when you used to ask me specifically what kind of books were on shelves?
Oh
I
my
do.
god. How many pages does this book have? What does all the pages say?
is this a first edition or a regular edition book?
Any misprints in this page?
It is Folsen, the 18th day of Quen Pilar.
Can you spell that?
Folsen.
Yeah,
Can
keep
you
that book
spell
marked.
that again?
Folsen.
It is a it is a 6-letter word.
You can't you can't fucking listen to type. You can't listen and write either.
Foxtrot Oscar Lima Sierra Echo November.
I forgot I had to write the words today is.
I forgot how to write.
I'm not a very smart man.
So
So it would technically be. So they have the Exandrian calendar is 7 days, but 11 months. 7 days a
30
week,
days
11 months a year. Folsen is equivalent to our Friday.
Oh shit, babies! It's the weekend.
So, does Indy not know anything about when these caravans might be coming through? Back to my
You
original
don't know
quest.
crap.
I would
Apparently.
say he's been away from home long enough that any kind of predictable scheduling he has no context for.
It's fine. I'll ask your mother.
Why'd that have that edge to it?
I'll ask your mom.
Don't be mean to my
Why did that
moms.
sound like a threat?
We're just hanging out at your mom's house. What's the problem?
Let's see here. Why did that sound like a threat? Well, my charisma is a 6. So
Everything I say is a threat.
everything I say might not has a weird meaning to it.
Don't worry.
Comes out a bit
I'm
odd.
Save your village.
Well, unless anyone else has any ideas, I think we should maybe. What are we doing here? Like, are we gonna? We leaving? Jazz want to stay? See if anybody has anything they need help with.
That's what
Is
I
what I'm
want to
getting
do,
at.
so we can get money, so I can maybe buy something.
I want to visit the toy shop.
It ain't open.
You just said it's broke. It's not open.
I don't know. I ain't been there since my friend died.
That was
Sentimental,
Bronson and Vessel
maybe.
becoming one being.
6 charisma.
Maybe I have a key.
Do you?
Well, we could
Mhm.
anything there'd be stealing. I'm gonna go find your mom.
Okay, you
Get
wander
up,
off to
walks out the
go.
door.
You wander off to go find Dandy, and she is kind of in the kitchen cleaning up after breakfast. Which, side note, you guys have had breakfast.
About to say she ate breakfast without us.
Nope, she fed you.
That'd be
We
hilarious.
just
if
kind
she
of
did.
glossed over it because there was some goonery afoot.
That'd have been so funny if she did eat breakfast without us.
Did I step in the goonery?
You were the goonery to step in.
The toy shop's closed. We all know that. I want to go to the toy shop.
So she sees you approach and kind of is dusting hands on an apron. Oh, yes. Vessel, right?
Yes.
What can I do for you?
The trader caravans you mentioned, are they going to be coming around soon?
Well, I'm afraid not. I think they were just here about a couple weeks ago.
Darn.
I walk out, Mama.
Turn around, walks back to the group. The trader caravans aren't going to be here anytime soon.
Dan, did you stand there? Right. Well, okay.
Mama,
Yes, dear.
do you still have the spare key to Cricket Pebble shop?
Oh, I probably have it around here somewhere. Starts digging through drawers around the
I
kitchen.
step out of the room, and a fine false to you, ma'am.
And to you as well. It's a nice
I just
Quinplar we're
nod.
having.
Indeed. Got that Chris Quinplar air.
Hey, hey, Indy.
But
Yes.
she does find a small tarnished key and hands it over to you.
Is this entire village filled with halflings?
No, there's Knowles.
Literally, there was a human bum we met on the road that lives here.
I'm just trying to figure out what the majority population is.
I mean, it's kind of a mismatch. There's a Knoll faction that kind of serve as protecting us. There's my family. There's Vink. And then there's the Tavern Keeper.
From DM to Bronson, there is a percentile breakdown.
What?
Majority would be humans.
Okay.
Second majority would be halflings. So 40% human, 38 halfling. Gnolls make up 15%, and other races make up 8%.
Did you do a census?
Matt Mercer did.
Yeah.
All right then.
Well, I get to
Oh man, just thought of everything.
I get to
So
feel like somewhat of
there's
a
a
nightmare.
smattering. There's a smattering.
It's
of-
his literal full-time job.
Shay just sits up in the middle of nowhere. Damn. We missed the Hazel Festival. It was last week.
I cannot with you right now.
That's a real thing.
What's the Hazel Festival?
I have a calendar. And I'm never going to forget what day it is.
Well, after tonight, I'm gonna add a couple of things to the handout section.
Like an
Yay,
extra
calendar.
day.
No need. I have a bookmark.
I'll take it.
I wouldn't mind a calendar.
So I've actually been meaning to add in the calendar and the pantheon. So you guys would have the calendar and the gods.
I have all the gods in my pocket.
Shut up.
Anyway.
You really tried. You really
Yeah,
tried.
I did. It felt bad coming out.
How many
Felt
times
bad
have you
hearing
said
it, too.
that lately?
Pocket gun.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do?
To the toy store.
Well, I guess that's where we're going. I'm glad we all decided on that. Let's go.
That's my
Andy
vote.
takes off. So you take off down the track,
Like Indy says, that's my vote as he leaves.
and it doesn't take you long to get to the rundown facade of what used to be Tink's Toys. It's a modest, little larger than a shack, little smaller than a house structure that has it's almost built in a small T shape, with the majority of the building being the the horizontal facade facing you, and then there's just a small vertical tick in the back, where Indy, that was where Cricket Pebbles kept his residency. The rest of it was his shop. The door is closed, but you can see that it kind of it's ill-fitting in its frame these days. The wood warped, shutters over the windows with the odd board nailed over, and the whole place just exudes an air of forgotten disrepair.
I'm gonna stand there, shaking a little bit, and just taking a deep breath and trying to psych myself up to walk in.
Okay. You guys
Jade
notice,
will put his. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. You already keyed in on what I was about to say.
As a Shade will put his hand on Indy's shoulder and just give it a squeeze and look down at him and go, "It is good to face your fears. You are not alone. All monsters have various shapes and sizes."
The last time I was in here, I found him. Believe it or not, once upon a time, this used to be the happiest place that I could ever go. Now I can't even muster the strength to walk inside. Thank you for being here, Shade. I take one more deep breath. I walk up to the door and I put the key in the keyhole. Turn it over and open the door.
All right. The door rattles a bit in its frame as it slowly swings open to reveal a dim interior lit only by the sun rays filtering in between the boards of the windows. Immediately you see to your left the clerical kind of desk area where orders were taken and filled, payment received and accepted. Off to the right, the tables and cubbies of his workspace. What was once an extremely well-managed and meticulously kept workshop. You see the tools in the floor in the dust, or the ones that haven't been scavenged over the years due to the villagers' needs. There are hooks and pegs empty along the walls, scraps of wood and other materials left to gather dust on these surfaces. And you look at that counter area and you are acutely aware of what you saw the last time you stepped around it.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Do it outside.
Jesus. Shade just looks at Vessel like, what the fuck, dude?
Shrugs his shoulders. sick in here. Respect.
There's nobody here now. Just dust.
Not knowing what else to do, I just start I start tidying up his tools, putting them back where I know they would go.
Easy enough. Your hands find their place with impeccable memory. Did you have something, Shade?
I was gonna say, given my backstory, me upbringing in me class, would I be able to Can I do an investigation check on the area or something to try and see if I can find anything that's like strange? I know it's been a while, but
Anything? So you're looking for anything that might be a potential clue or give you some sense
because
of...
they said that he was basically he was murdered.
Mhm.
So, and apparently they had no leads. And I guess if Vessel is helping, maybe we could make 2 separate rolls.
Yeah,
Well-
you could do 2 investigation rolls, or one of you could do an investigation with advantage.
Well, what?
How about I give you advantage, you intelligence boy?
Well, what I was wanting to do,
Oh, go ahead.
Would you want to get magical with it?
I was.
Oh,
I would like to pull out my spell book and open it up on the counter, flip to a page.
Page
Where-
17B.
There's not that many pages. Probably like page 2.
he's got a pamphlet. It's a
and-
spell pamphlet.
And start reading. It's a very empty book. And start reading the incantation for detect magic.
Okay.
I don't know how long this
Then
is
I
gonna
guess
take.
I would still like to make my investigation check.
You look around. I'm gonna read my book.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do your investigation check with advantage.
Ooh, that's fine. It's great, honestly, for -1.
With advantage.
Yeah, go ahead and make it with advantage.
Oh, my bad. I was like,
Since Vessel is helping in his
just
way.
because Collins mutters with advantage doesn't mean I take that at face value.
Right?
Hey, that's a lot better.
That is a lot better.
With more advantage.
Give guidance
My own.
cones.
More.
No, I have
Roll
shocking
as
grasp.
GM
You
here.
motherfucker. You should
Your detect magic goes off, and you guys watch as Vessel's eyes, the blood vessels in them seem to spread and almost like swell and enlarge as he begins looking around.
I was gonna.
Well, how that was just my interpretation. How would you like your detect magic to look?
Just his eyes start glowing red. Like,
Okay,
They're
well.
red anyway, but they're just like bright red now.
We'll say that we'll merge
What's
the
gonna be
two.
weird with it for the detect
You're-
magic?
You're
Nasty,
listen, man,
gross wizard.
you're a blood mage, buddy. Everything you do is gonna have a little bit of awful with it. So your those blood vessels kind of widen and do their thing, and as they do, your eyes begin to fill with this lambent red light. You take a look around, and nothing really seems to grab you as magical. Seems like everything in here, everything Cricket Pebbles did, it wasn't so much artifice as just honest to God craft and tinkering.
I keep
Okay.
scanning.
I'm a toy maker, not an artificer, damn it.
With a 16, you look around and you see the obvious signs of ransacking. you see behind the counter, the dust has covered it. They weren't able to get all of the stains out of the wood of the floorboards. So there is a slight discoloration behind the counter where you believe the corpse once was. But given the time that has passed, I would say you don't really find anything other than the obvious signs of something happened here.
All right. Well, after giving it a look over, Shade will nod and then kind of like pat Indy on the back and just say to the, well, I can see why you enjoyed this place once upon a time.
You should have seen it in its heyday. It's magical. It's fantastic. The whole shop was filled with laughter. Even old Cricket Pebbles, who was more of a stoic man, couldn't help but laugh and chuckle when kids would come in wanting to play with the toys. I want to try to go into the back area.
Okay. You make your way to the back, and the rest of you hear a knock at the door. Indy, you would hear it as you're going, but it's more apparent to the three of you that are still in the main front area.
I just turn around with all my dude's height and just like menace, just turn, stare at the door.
Well, it's still closed. You guys closed it behind you.
The shop's closed.
Yeah, but who's knocking on an old shop?
I don't know. Open the door and see.
I'm gonna follow Indy because I'm still looking.
Okay.
Who is it?
There's a pause. And you see the door begin to open, and Shade, as you're posted up at the door, drawn up to your full height, you find your eyes going up to meet the face of the figure there. Standing there in the doorway at about 7.5 feet tall is a lithe, canine-like humanoid with kind of a dusky tan fur with spots and streaks through it, kind of a grizzled muzzle that has its share of scars, and two kind of ruddy brown eyes that look at you inquisitively as two tufted rounded ears kind of flick this way and that, the sudden noise. Figures dressed in kind of a motley collection of leathers and cloth, paws wrapped in some kind of thick bandaging. Looks down at you, and then kind of peers past you at the rest of you. I was told Indy was here.
Ah, yes, this is one of those gnolls we heard about. I just turn and look back at Indy. I think a friend has come to see you.
Why'd you say it like that? That was so creepy.
A bit rude, to be honest.
I come back up
This is
front.
the only way I know how to be.
You
And I look-
think a Voidborn would have better manners?
Avoidable? Is that a slur?
You don't know me.
I don't know what I've been through.
That is our word. So, Indy, are you coming back?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back up front.
Okay, and you see the older yet still familiar face of Garza.
Hi, Garza. How you been?
Patrols have been a bit tense lately, but otherwise things are fine.
Kind of looks at the rest of you.
These are friends of yours?
Yeah. I point over at Shade and I go, "This is my friend Shade." I point over at Dimple and go, "This is the heroic Dimple."
The best one, really.
Not gonna be able to fly with that big ass head she's got.
And then I go, and then my other friend's in the back, where I just came from.
Huh? Oh, Vessel.
Yeah, I followed
Shit.
him. I followed him
I'm
back
here
there.
too.
I literally was like, I thought like he was just
I'm
gonna be,
back
and
here, I
here's
say.
Mr. Cricket Pebbles, and throw a skeleton out or something.
Oh no. Alfred Hitchcock, and he's just sitting in a chair back there.
I was so confused, dude. Yeah, he's just back there. That threw me off, man.
Is there anything in the back magical, Kevin?
No.
So I can wander back out and put Shade at ease. This is not gonna be a year.
Shade just got sword drawn, like, who the F is back there?
I mean, you were half right. It's kind of a dead guy.
Garza is
That's,
just
you know, that's fair.
standing.
Just
taking
because
this
you are
all
That
in.
guy does not mean you are that guy.
Vessel's just gonna come like creeping out of the doorway. I didn't find anything. Eyes still all like fucking red and veiny.
What are you looking for?
I just came back to give the shop one last look over, Garza. It's been a while.
It has that.
Mom said no one's really been in here since I left.
No. Most folks thought it may be better to leave Cricket Pebbles to his memories.
I just needed some closure. The last time I was in here was when I found him. So, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were in town. Hadn't seen you in a while.
That's
Thought maybe
it.
you'd walk the village with me for a bit. Like old times.
Sure, let me finish up here real quick and then I'll be out.
Take your time.
Cricket Pebbles used to yell at me when I'd leave the shop unlocked, so gotta make sure I lock it back up.
Gotta close.
Kind of nods and just kind of gives all the rest of you just kind of a dip of the head as he turns to go and walks out the door.
I'm gonna go back in the bag.
Who was that?
That was Garza. I'm a big no fan.
Oh, I thought he said gyoza.
Just Shade leans in and whispers to Dimple, just, it seems like Indy liked to hang out with all the old people.
Well, I thought he was nice.
I'm not saying he wasn't nice. I was just saying it just seems like a pattern.
Well, maybe he's an old soul or something. Isn't that what they say?
I'm not saying it's something
I'm just saying you're
suspicious.
coming off a little harsh, you know? You're kind of judgy.
I'm always harsh. It's my voice.
Lighten up a little, okay? It's kind of sad in here. We don't need any
I
help.
am a black-eyed elf.
And I'm a pink fairy. What's that got to do with anything?
I appreciate being around you, if only because you don't see me as other people do, and I just smile and follow Indy.
I just love that big guy.
So, in the back, there's just small amenities that, a person would need for a simple life. There's a very small kitchen with a wood stove, now obviously defunct. Small privy bedroom with just a simple straw mattress that has more or less disintegrated out on one side, so it's just kind of, and just
Damn rat scat.
a bit of ramshackle furniture, end tables, a dresser, just simple things.
Can I look through the dresser?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Okay. You kind of open the drawers, give them curious glances, kind of reach down in. You really don't find much other than kind of moldering, moth-eaten clothing.
Mhm. I look around one last time, take a deep breath. I'm like, all right, we can go. And I go start and walk out to the front of the shop again.
Okay. You exit the shop, lock the door behind you. I assume the rest of you are going with.
Yeah.
Okay. Lock the door behind you and set off back down the track to the main thoroughfare of the village, where you do see Garza is standing in front of the ale house.
Oh, Mr. DM, sorry. Before we leave, I would like to turn back to the empty air of the toy shop, and I would like to give it a nod and just say, may the Raven's wings guide you across the river, and leave.
All right.
All right.
So you see Garza
All
down
right.
the way, waiting outside of the ale house, but if there's anything else you would like to go look at, you don't have to go straight there.
The general store.
General store?
I would like to purchase one general.
Let's go look at shit.
We only have 2 stars right now. We won't have 4 stars in stock until 2 months from now.
Like, you're kidding me, right? Like, you're telling me I gotta wait till Discar for a 4-star?
Yeah, so I'm telling you, Discar.
I mean, to scoff will start, just right.
Yeah, I like that.
4-star to scar. All right, so you want to go to the general store?
Yes.
I think he doesn't want to go no more.
I want to go now, especially.
Gotta find shit.
Okay.
We can go to the furrier. You can get some shoes.
That is true. There is a farrier here.
On the
He
list.
has cloven hooves. You don't shoe cloven hooves, I don't think. Wait, are they cloven?
Their hooves.
Yeah, but like, is it like a goat or is it like a horse?
Horse.
Then you can get shoes.
I'll allow it.
I asked.
I'm just saying, you don't shoe cloven hooves.
Can't get a cloven hoof
Well,
shoe.
maybe his are special.
Some things just aren't done.
They're called horseshoes, not cloven shoes.
You dummies.
All right, so
Oh,
where
yes.
where are we actually going?
General store. Please.
Okay.
We have to go now.
So down the track, you do see a before the ale house. There is just kind of a big square building, canted roof, with just two large double doors in the front that are standing open.
Let's meander up in there.
As you step inside, you're instantly hit with the smell of sawdust and iron. And you see a middle-aged human man, kind of got a skullet going on. Patchy kind of beard on the face. Looks up at you from around the counter, just, can I help you?
I was thinking the same thing.
Say what?
It's another hobo. Like,
Is
One
this
of these.
Can't believe the
one of
red-eyed
them
dead
fucking
guy.
saw.
The red-eyed dead guy and the black-eyed elf are just out here stereotyping every person
Everybody.
who looks semi-homely.
Bunch of judgmental fucks.
Oh, I'm sorry, he said patchy beard and a skullet. I mean, I think you could
Skullet,
do a
bro.
little bit better about putting himself together. Like, is it a long skullet? Like, does he like to party?
It kind of sounds like my
It's
Uncle
not
Freeman.
a party all night, Skullet. It's a party into the afternoon and have a sensible bedtime, Skullet. Yeah.
Okay, so down to here. Okay. Yeah, clocked it. Okay. He totally drinks freaking Pabst Blue Ribbon mead.
he is a
It's
he
They're
buys-
farmers, man. I don't know what you want from them.
He buys directly from Vink.
I'm
A lot of people do.
absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I've met farmers. So
I'll handle this shit.
Yeah.
Vessel, I've met farmers.
met in real life, but yes. What all do you sell?
Well, hammers, pliers, tongs, basic rations for livestock, or sometimes we have stuff for people. I mean, what are you looking for?
How many trail rations do you have?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they's necessarily good for trails, but
I've had this jerky back here for longer than I remember, and I haven't been able to get rid of it. So, I mean, if you want,
so you don't have any.
I have to stop looking at Bronson.
if you wanted some of that, I could part with it real cheap, like.
No, thank you.
I mean, it's
I
good.
appreciate
It's chewy.
that,
It'll
but
get you down the road.
think I might have to
What kind of jerky
pass on
is it?
on beef jerky of suspect age.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
hickory, or maybe it was maple. I don't know what tree we smoked it with. That was a while back.
We were in the woods, Mr. DM. Do we see any hickory trees out there?
Hey, Shay here knows a lot about smoking with a tree.
Oh?
He smoked a guy real good with one. Knocked his head off.
Oh!
But I'm not here to do that to you. She
Sure.
got-
Sure.
so
Yeah.
I had no idea
Yeah,
where that
of
was going to
course.
go.
Of course.
I'm just
looking over you
practically
guys
out of,
now to like see if anyone's like walking by.
just practically out of trail rations since this one over here pointing at Vessel did not come with any, and he basically ate me dry on our 8 days in the woods, minus when we were able to scrounge a little food here and there.
Well,
Was it 6? I thought it was 8.
Actually, it was 5. We've been together for 6. We spent a day in the turf at Mom's house.
Oh, so I've got 4 days left then. Okay. See, because I said early on, when he said he didn't have any trail rations, that I was feeding him.
I mean, I've got this jerky, and I probably got a crate with some peanuts or something. I mean, you can throw that
You ain't
together.
got-
Jerky and peanuts. Good old jerk nuts.
You didn't have to say it, but you did. I guess I appreciate that about you.
I ever on the low hanging fruit.
I'd like to see the jerky before I make a decision on a purchase.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
Can't
Brings
believe
out
I said those words, but
just a small container, small glass container, sets it down on the counter. You can see inside are some dried beef, mutton, pork, maybe some kind of meat that has been
Orc.
cured and dried.
so
Dried orc meat.
can I just make an educated guess at would this feed somebody for a day?
It'd probably be serviceable, yeah. I mean, they're large, long strips of meat.
How much would you sell this for?
Well, I've been wanting to get it out of here for the better part of about 4 months, so let's say 3 copper?
Can I give it a smell? Does it smell
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's turned?
Like it's gone to the evil.
E. coli is not a joke, Kevin.
I have dysentery on the next leg of the journey. Playing D&D
Yeah, I would hate
without
to
the
be.
Oregon
I would hate to be consoling Vessel as he
Would
shits
I-
himself to death.
I'll say, would I do that to you
Can
guys?
jerky go bad?
I don't know.
Imagine if
He's had it for
I'll say
4
it
months in a
sits there.
jar.
I'll say the smell that hits you, it's stale,
It's 20
but it's
unhappiness
not
right
bad. It's a stale, smoky, salty aroma.
I tell you what, sir. Can we try a small piece of it before we buy it?
I'm tapping out of this purchase, but if Indy would like to proceed.
Tries to like pull a piece off with fingers, and it finally gets like a small belt knife and
Oh yeah. That was made out of the bottom of a shoe.
I take a little bit and I try to bite a little piece off.
It's not great, but it's about what you'd expect from 4-month-old jerky. It still tastes like jerky every
4-month-old jerky.
4th or 5th chew.
Is it making my mouth salivate?
It's making your jaw cramp.
Said you had a crate of peanuts?
Yeah, I got some peanuts around here somewhere.
How much for a sack?
What a random fucking thing.
How much for a sack?
Everybody likes peanuts.
How much for a sack
Where
of
did those-
peanuts?
Sack of
Where did
peanuts.
those peanuts come from?
Like 2 pounds of peanuts.
The peanuts came from Western. Came with the last
So
caravan.
Western grows legumes.
Sure.
Writing that down in my notes. Western grows peanuts.
I don't know if they were grown in Western, but they came with the last caravan that came out from that way.
Wouldn't they have like a, like a something that would determine, where it came from?
Mark.
I manage a general store, sir.
I'm asking the DM.
Not
He
you,
also manages
God.
a general store.
Yeah, not you, the man in the sky.
The big man upstairs.
Wears a green cap, kind of socially awkward.
He's just there. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Kevin.
The all-powerful spirit that rules these lands.
One Kevin.
The king of the four corners.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I didn't think about the fucking history of shipping and receiving on fucking peanuts whenever I sat down tonight.
Well, that's what you get for randomly throwing peanuts at me.
A crate of them.
A crate of peanuts.
If-
That
if
isn't even like
we
have some
didn't have
peanuts.
questionable beef jerky, we wouldn't be questioning the peanuts.
I say
Yeah,
I'd probably
we're like,
give
where'd
the
it come
same
from?
price on the bag of peanuts, about probably a few copper pieces.
Holds up 1 gold coin. Do you have change?
Maybe.
See him fish under the counter and is now rifling in a pouch.
I've got silver.
Yeah.
I made change from whenever I bought Indy
One.
the pickles.
2, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, that should do.
Now you got the
up
6.
brings up a small pile.
Like, it should roughly equal out to about 7 silver there.
About?
I don't have scales.
Scales?
This man working in raw
Standard.
silver.
We have a standard form of currency, sir.
Look, I counted out 10 copper, 7. What do you want from me?
An exact number.
What is
You
There
two
is
aren't
70
allowed
copper on the
to play
counter.
anymore.
I just reach over and go, 1, 2.
just gonna
I'm kidding.
slide the fucking gold to him.
You get your change and it's accurate.
What is my change, DM?
Okay, for a gold piece, fucking 9 silver and 7 copper.
9, 7.
Jesus!
You're the one that made that difficult, bro. That was all you. Mean to
Never
tell
bringing
me
my
that
friends
2
to my
bags of
hometown
peanuts
again.
was 21 copper.
All
But
Kevin
the 4-month-old
heard
beef
in
jerky is 5.
all that Kevin heard echoed in his head was the first session when I went, and I want change.
Yeah.
Take my bag of peanuts.
You now have a bag of peanuts.
A 2-pound bag of peanuts.
Are you gonna buy the beef jerky or not?
I'm thinking about it, but based off of what I've seen Vessel have to go through with 1 gold piece, I don't know if I want to do that.
Are these peanuts pre-shelled or post-shelled?
Oh, they're roasted, my dude.
Roasted. Oh, cool. I got it.
Roasted pre-shell.
So they're out of the shell? Dope.
Normally those go to the ale house, but I mean, if you want some.
So, about how many days worth how many days do you think you can survive off of that?
I'll give you about 5 days.
Pretty dense.
5 days on a sack of peanuts? Hell yeah.
A 2-pound that's a shitload of peanuts.
It's a big bag of peanuts, my dude.
Bro, that's gonna bind you the fuck up, all them nuts. Oh, dude.
All that protein.
Vessel's not gonna poop for like a week.
You're just gonna be shit and chunky peanut butter, dog.
Oh god.
Oh my.
You know, man, you somehow made what I said worse, and that's that. I mean,
I need you to listen to this with the understanding that it's coming from me, Collins. Sometimes your inside thoughts need to stay inside thoughts.
in your case, about 95% of them need to stay inside thoughts.
So this was the general store.
Yeah.
It had hardware tools, old ass beef jerky, and a shitload
And
of
a
peanuts.
fucking crate of peanuts.
Look up
bro.
on the walls. There's like rope. There's like
It tells you how rope.
Ooh, I fucking
there's
lost
rope.
my rope.
There's like plows,
Wow.
shovels.
How much do you want for that rope?
You want the 50 or the 100?
How much is the 100?
100 run you about a silver.
How much for the 50?
I run you about 6 copper.
So it is a deal to get this 100.
It's a deal if you
Well,
get
we
both too.
pride ourselves on our business sense.
Do you?
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'll buy the 100 for a silver because I left my rope in the woods whenever I was running valiantly to save Indy's life.
This is
You know?
a good, thick, sturdy hempen rope that's used for, like, it's used for lashing, like, beasts of burden to, like, drawn plows. Like, this is that good rope.
Well, thank you and a happy Volson to you. And as I leave,
Yeah, happy Folsom to you too.
Sir, do you have a whetstone?
We were done with this man.
Yeah, I probably have a few around here somewhere.
so did that man.
You need a whetstone?
Yeah, I need a whetstone.
Imagine if he just said no and left. You have whetstone. You have a couple laying around. You want one? No, it's gone.
I would like to not buy it.
Just wanted to make sure you had some.
Tell you what. You buy that jerky, toss you in a whetstone for free.
Can you break another gold
I'm just
piece?
outside muttering to Vessel, going, I don't like how eager he was to get rid of that jerky.
I'm just saying, I don't trust it. That's all.
Can I try one of my peanuts?
It is delicious.
You got a bag of peanuts out of it.
It is immaculate bar food.
I tell you what, you throw in a pound of peanuts, that jerky, and the whetstone. How much will that run
This
me?
man in here bartering.
Let's see.
Give me a can of Skull while you're at it.
Fresh out of skull. No.
And 40 on
Old
pump
Vink took
one.
the last can.
Other guy's Copenhagen long cut straight.
I'm more of a grizzly wintergreen man.
Ugh.
Fun fact, Grizzly Wintergreen was the first thing I ever dipped when I was 15.
It's the first thing
That's
a lot
sad
of
and
dudes I know
disgusting.
dipped.
When I was
Grizzly
15,
Wintergreen, Grizzly Wintergreen long cut. I was in the 10th grade.
I'm more surprised you didn't start dipping when you were fucking 10.
Took the bottle out of his mouth, put the dip in.
That's about when I tried it.
10?
Yeah.
I found out I didn't like Samuel Adams Boston Lager at the age of 12.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
let's see.
Let's get back to D&D.
5 copper for the jerky.
I thought he was going to sell it to me for 3.
I thought it was 4.
I thought I said
I'm not
5.
in there. I'm not in there, bro.
Not in
So I don't know.
there.
I might have
Anyway.
misheard.
1 silver. And we'll throw in a pound of peanuts.
All right, can you break a gold piece?
You could barely break the first one.
I'll be right back. Kind of disappears, goes into the back. Here's some shifting of some things, something a heavy impact on the floor. Ah, shit! Another few moments pass. He comes out, kind of counting coins out into his palm. You were breaking a gold piece.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, comes out with 9 silver pieces.
Should be about 9 silver pieces right there.
Just about.
Here's about 9 silvers worth of shoes. Good luck finding someone to buy them.
Silver's worth of only left shoes.
All right. You now have peanuts, questionable jerky, and a whetstone.
How much questionable jerky?
A jar's worth.
Jar's worth, which is probably about a
You got like 4 jars, bro.
roll.
You were 1 trip away from just
Let's
a
do it
shattering
this
moment.
way. Collins, either I can roll a d8 to see how many days worth it'll last you, or you can.
I'll do it. Hold on a sec.
Stats of this jerky changed from whenever Cody was asking about it to Collins.
Yeah, bro. It's like he said he's like, I don't know, like maybe a day. No, it's a week's worth of jerky.
Weeks worth
Hot
of jerky.
diggity damn.
That's why I bought peanuts.
I feel cheated. I'm just saying.
What, we got 7 days worth of dried meat, and we got another probably
I
like
was
7
described
days worth of
this.
fucking peanuts.
I was described what looked like somebody, like as if somebody had tanned a pair of pants and put them in a jar, and that it would maybe last me half a day. And now it's apparently a week's worth of jerky.
You didn't try it. It gave
You
me the
did, and you
insight-
didn't make it sound good.
It gave me the insight into the jerky.
Like I said, it's not great, but it's not going to kill you.
He got all the caloric stats from just nibbling it.
Yeah, he was. It's definitely high in nitrates. I'll take it.
I want to come out with the whetstone in my pocket, holding the bag of peanuts while like hugging the jar of jerky with a piece in my hand, just chawing on it.
You bought a jar.
How much did all that cost you?
Cost me a silver piece.
For the jar of jerky? And how much How many peanuts did you get?
Pound.
Is that all you got?
And I got a whetstone, but it's in my pocket. I can't reach it right now.
You bought all of
You
that.
got ripped off, and I walk off.
You bought all of that for a silver? You bought 2 pounds of peanuts for 2 silver and a copper.
I just laugh and I go, "This shopkeep's smarter than you thought, Vessel." And
I
walk
got
off.
robbed.
Happy
No.
Folsom!
Indy got robbed.
Happy Folsom.
You might have both got robbed. I don't know, man. A whetstone's a copper. It's not. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. There's like variations in price, but you got robbed, bro.
Freeland couldn't rob me.
Did he have a name? Was that his name?
I don't fucking know. I have an Uncle Freeland.
Freeland?
Sounded
Like, what is he?
just like
Is
him.
he in like a Leonard
his name
Skinner
now.
cover band?
He didn't have a name because you
Freeland.
guys didn't ask for a name,
Fucking
but his
please.
name is now Freeland.
I didn't
Freeland,
want
the
another
general
name.
manager, general store manager.
Freeland of the House of Gribble.
All right,
Plays
so
bass in the fucking Leonard Skinner cover.
you have your strange provisions, and you are back out in the sunlit thoroughfare. What would you guys like to do?
I got me some rope.
Well, I mean, I guess the next is to go to the blacksmith, huh? What do y'all think?
That was the blacksmith.
That was the general store.
Yeah, he's roped all into one. He said the blacksmith sells his shit there, and the farrier also fucking works out of there.
Wasn't
And
he,
then
like,
that dude,
actively
I don't know, rips off halflings.
Wasn't he actively blacksmithing when we walked in?
No,
No.
he was just at his counter. The smithy is further on down the way.
No, I thought. Oh, see, I was confused. I thought you said they were all wrapped into one building.
No, I'm sorry. I may not have described it properly. So basically, it's just that you saw all of those kinds of wares that he sells. It's basically where the craftsmen of the village pool their wares to sell, and it's kind of like a community
gotcha.
profit kind of thing. So like,
Okay,
so Freeland, as he
confusion.
is now named, takes his cut, while the rest of the money from the sales of those tools and things goes back to the smith, or the farrier or whoever.
He got, if all that was in there was like tongs and pliers and stuff, and that was made by the blacksmith, I don't think the blacksmith is going to have swords, shields, and all.
Well, I was thinking about
Probably
getting you.
mostly saw
not.
tools.
I was thinking about getting you some shoes. All right, then I'm done shopping.
All right, so we are headed where?
To the bar, to the bar, to the bar, to the bar.
Heading down towards the alehouse. You see Garza kind of just standing outside, kind of just leaning absently on a spear. This long hafted spear. Looks up. Freeland didn't.
Sorry, we got sidetracked.
He didn't fleece you for any of your coin, did he?
Like
I don't-
pleased.
I don't think so.
Getting a
I
bit
feel like
loose with the prices.
I got a fairly decent deal. I got a pound of peanuts, this jar of jerky, and a whetstone for a silver piece.
I'll talk to him later.
You know what's great is he probably walked in and he was like, and Freeland was thinking to himself, Indy Hemlock, here's an easy sale.
I'm just,
I spent double what he did just on peanuts.
yeah, and I got half the peanuts he got.
You got more
So-
food. You bought more food for half.
And got a whetstone.
And a jar.
I feel like I came out on top here.
Y'all both got ripped off. Freeland took y'all for a ride.
So Garza kind of looks down the track towards the side of town that you guys first came into, and just kind of stares for a minute, kind of sniffs at the wind. Well, I was going to take a walk around the village, but it would seem we have visitors. And you kind of follow his gaze a little bit, and you kind of see a dust track kicking up over the horizon, following a cart as it comes down the road. And as it comes closer, what you took for maybe a dark stained wood or paint, actually it turns out to be that this wagon is iron bound, right down to the wheels and the spokes. And the closer it gets, Indy, you've seen these before. This is a prisoner transport wagon. Every now and again, when bandits or some of the ravagers in the area run afoul of the shields of Westruun, they are... because the shields of Westruun don't solely operate in Westruun. They have actually taken to spreading out as far as they can across the dividing plains, and are more or less a fledgling police force for the area. And criminals who are rounded up in the area usually come through the Turst Fields on their way to Westruun to face trial, and a lot of the time summary execution. So this is an unfamiliar sight to you.
Garza, are these friends of yours?
Can you say
Looks
they
like
are, but
Are you expecting a
looks like they
prisoner?
found some more.
Are you expecting a prisoner transport coming through today?
Yeah. We've had the heightened rumors of Ravager activity in the area. I have not heard from my kin yet out on their further ranging patrols, but perhaps they caught some of them. And if anyone would like to make me a history check on the whenever the term Ravagers is being thrown around. Is anyone proficient in history?
I think I am.
Nope.
I have my lore book. I'm not proficient, but I got a +3 in it. So
I'll say,
Yeah, all I got is a +2.
if someone wants to roll for it, be my guest.
anyone want to help me?
We gonna read your book together?
All right.
Yeah, I'm not proficient.
I'll read my book.
So you don't know much,
My peanuts to find my lore
but
book.
you do remember in reading what you could about the Turst Fields history that what actually brought about the integration of the Dustpaw Gnolls into the populace was that in the first year of the Turst Fields' existence, it was beset by a band of they're not quite bandits because they're worse. A band of cutthroats and savages that call themselves the Ravagers, that bound themselves to a demon lord and brought the first gnolls to the Turst Fields. And what ended up happening is when those gnolls attacked the townsfolk, they were overcome with grief at the bloodshed, turned on their Ravager masters and drove them from the Terse Fields, and had remained ever since. And the Ravagers just kind of never left the area. There are different sects. I'm going to say, since you were kind of pouring through your lore book, I'm going to give you a little extra. The main body of the Ravagers follows a betrayer god called the Ruiner. But the ones around the Terse Field were different. So you kind of have a little bit of an inkling as to any potential significance what these Ravagers might pose, especially them being caught. That's an incredibly good thing.
They stay caught.
And the wagon is now kind of rumbling into view now as it comes up the road, and you have to kind of step back a bit with Garza as it goes just a little past the door of the alehouse and then stops. You kind of hear the swaying of chains coming to rest, the creaking of iron-bound boards, and two armored individuals dismount from the front of the wagon, kind of tossing the reins up into the coach seat. You can see that they have kind of like a ramshackle splint mail with like a brass shield emblem kind of welded in over the right breast. Long swords at the waist, shields on the back, and they kind of look around and... Is there anywhere we can stop here for supplies? And Garza... Garza kind of looks at them, looks at the wagon. Come inside here. I think will probably suit you gentlemen better. And kind of walks them in. And do you guys follow, or what are you guys doing? Okay. Follow in. So the interior of the alehouse has the normal kind of... I say normal. It is the facsimile of almost like a normal bar setup, but it's like odd planks and crates and other kind of improvised seating around the place, making up the tables and chairs and benches. And a long bar runs along the back of the room. A halfling man stands there, kind of eyeing the two armored individuals as they come in, and then kind of looking back over all of you and just, "Oh, hey there, welcome. What can I do you for?"
Would I know the name of the barkeep?
Probably.
Got the name now.
Yeah. Aldous Brimbletham.
Can you spell that?
ALDOUS BRIMBLETHAM.
I am.
Can you spell it again? I was about to say.
No. No, I will not.
Good evening.
Yes, can I? What can I do for Indy? Hey, I'd heard you got back. Welcome back, lad.
Thank you. How have you been?
Oh, same as ever. Trying to offload Vink's product. Not going very well, as our people much prefer our ale from the golden barley. So, anywho.
Well, to be fair, you could use Vink's stuff to start a forest fire, so.
Oh, yeah, we have. We've used it for controlled burns for years.
Well, I think me and my friends will just take a. I don't know about my friends, but we'll take a pint of ale.
Sure.
Do you
Friends
have
of
a
India?
water?
Friends of India, a friend of water, yes. Yes, of course. Of course, this is all on the house. No sense in charging for a homecoming.
Starts filling glasses.
You trying to fleece him? Oh, it's free. I'll take a gallon.
That barrel back there, I'll take it.
That's like as if he's like, oh, it's free. Well, then I also want a sandwich.
Take 2 water.
Drinks are presented to you guys in their size appropriate cups.
Can we get a bowl of your finest peanuts?
Reaches down, bowl, brings up a bag, fills it, slides it in between the cups.
Thank you.
Hey, do you know where these peanuts come from?
Western, I think.
No, like before that. Like where do they grow 'em?
Couldn't tell you.
Fair enough. I was curious.
Sometimes it's fun not knowing absolutely everything. Keeps life mysterious.
So you said you like to get your ale from the golden barley, you say?
Oh, shit.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
It's got to write
You-
lore about the golden barley now.
All right, give me a sucker punch. I'm gonna give you a fucking haymaker.
You ever want to drop 40 hours into lore writing and research?
Never
On-
thought that
on
those pursuits
barley.
would have. Yeah, peanuts and barley. Why is your search history just peanuts and barley?
Confused FBI agent.
I was saying, those of you that are drinking ale, it is fantastic.
How's my water?
As
Is it
a-
cool, crisp, and refreshing?
As much as
Oh, dude.
purified
Quinn
well water
Pilar?
can
You
be.
better believe it.
But this ale, though, it is robust, rich, incredibly smooth. Oh, so refreshing. Kind of like that well water.
It's delicious. Where can we get more?
Right here.
But if we wanted to buy it from the source, where would we buy it from?
Here. I make it.
Oh,
This is my
So
brew.
you're the golden barley.
Yes. Brimbleton Bar.
Oh. But that's
Thought your
your first
name
name was
was
like Baldus.
Aldous.
Aldous. Aldous Brimbleton.
Barley.
Care for another drink?
So what do you make it out of?
Barley.
That's fair.
Yeah, Shade, you.
You were about to
I
short
know,
circuit
right?
the animatronic.
I'm a fool.
I can't follow this
Barley.
conversation.
Rainbow Tail. Barley.
Peanuts. That's true.
It's like talking to an actual video game NPC over here.
So we all gotta sit down at a table with everything.
Can we sit at the
Yeah, we
table
probably
next to
should.
Garza's?
Can we progress
Sure.
the next part of this narrative?
I'll say you guys sit down, and unless there's anything specific you guys want to talk about, you guys get a couple cups in. The
I mean, I did, but I keep getting yelled at.
Who made these tables?
That's a stupid question.
the two guards mainly stay up at the bar and just kind of chit chat with right around the end of your second round. Let's see.
Garza sitting with us. He talking to the.
Yeah, Garza's sitting, so if there's anything you wanted to talk to Garza about.
I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, he's there with you. Nope, not good enough.
Battle music? Can we get to a bar fight?
So, right around the
This fucking moron Gars
And-
didn't leave a post at the goddamn carriage.
right around the end of your second round, you start to hear commotion and some screams outside.
You just had to call it, didn't you?
What are you doing?
Drinking my water, I should look to the door.
Can
There
we
are now
tell if
raised
it's
voices
like,
and more screams?
is it like fear?
Rushing out to
Is
see
it-
what's happening.
Hey,
It is 100% fear.
hey,
I'm gonna push the
Gars,
button on my.
You should
I'm gonna
probably
push the
check
rushing
that
out.
out.
Yeah, rushing out immediately to see what's going
Yeah,
down.
Garza's already out the door.
Not Garza.
I'm
the
gonna
fucking
push the-
guards that were with that carriage.
Yeah, the guards are like hot on his heels.
I'm gonna push the button on my quarterstaff and get my armor out.
I'll run
Okay.
outside, still drinking my water.
I assume Dimple is going with.
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of just like on Shade's shoulder, so she doesn't really have an option.
Right. Okay. Well, let's move over to the map.
That is a really nice carriage.
Thank you. Let's see. We need these guys.
You know, I thought before we went to that bar about like just checking out that fucking carriage. I was like, he won't do something as like they just break out of it, would he? And yeah. My God.
So, let me go ahead and grab you guys. Fuck, I didn't make a fucking token for Garza. Where are the guards?
You fool.
Mm-hmm. That's me. Probably should have made these buildings a little bigger, but I was in a rush. You get the idea. Okay. So,
guys are all out there. Do I have something I could use for Garza? We'll use this bugbear I found.
That's highly insulting.
Yeah, well.
He did not go to Ganol College to be disrespected like that.
Gnole. Oh, I do have a Knoll token.
And graduate top of his class at Hyena University. What big teeth you have, Garza.
Ooh, better to not eat you with.
So the guards are actually probably already mixing it up. And we'll go ahead and just... Here we are. Okay. So as you rush out, you can already see that there are several armed individuals that are grabbing weapons from a now open side on this wagon and are threatening townsfolk who are screaming and running indoors as they're shouting, "Everyone stay back! We're taking the cart! We're getting the hell out of here!
You know it's good for you, stay out of the way."
Can I shout out the guards? Did you leave it unlocked?
Of course we didn't leave it unlocked! They broke the locks!
Could have fooled me!
As one of them actually.
Still drinking water.
One of them takes a heavy blow to the dome with a mace and crumbles.
Folded him like a lawn chair, bro. It's their first day on the job.
The other one looks just... For love of God's help! And I guess we'll roll initiative.
I'd be initiatived.
Oh, the flashbang on the D&D Beyond site. Jesus. Okay. Oh, I don't like that you're doing that.
That's a big circle. Oh my goodness.
Whose big circle is that?
Yeah, boys. Yeah.
Well, they rolled like dog shit.
That's terrible.
I'm
I'm bummed.
But I wasn't bummed. I was stoked.
This works. This will make me so happy.
Collins, what are you doing? Are you like
Picking the
doing
wrong
geometry?
Picking the wrong thing to measure stuff out with.
Alan's over here, fucking broken shoe, trying to measure.
God, no matter what side I go to, it's a fucking flashbang. There, go over there. Alright, he's gonna go +3 to his. Hey, Garza rolled well. All right, starting us off, it is this shithead's turn. As he is going to slip around the wagon and attack this guard. Well, a natural 1 and a natural 2 with advantage.
Oh shit.
So slips around with a long sword in hand and swipes, but the guard manages to get the spear up and deflect the blade off. Yeah. Shade, it is your go.
Cool. I would like to unsheath my really cool sword and do like kind of a kind of a crouch stance for a moment, and then all of a sudden I would like to teleport behind this guy, and then I would like to slash him in the back.
Oh no.
That's him just ping. Ooh! All right, make your attack roll, sir. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, that hits. Ouch.
And
Okay, stop with the circle. You're making it hard to do my stuff.
Sorry.
yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Trying to find where I want to do.
Okay. All right, so you appear behind him and take a broad slash that cuts down through the kind of piecemeal leather, hide, whatever he's managed to get himself into. Cuts down through it as blood begins running down his back. Oh, God, one hit and he already bloodied him. He's son of a bitch.
There's like 5 of them. It'll be all right.
Okay, it is Garza's turn. He is going to whirl his spear over his head as he leaps at this man. It's +4 to hit. Oh yeah, dirty 20 does it. Let's see. Nine points of damage. Let's go.
Fucking clicked on the wrong goddamn thing.
Right. So, Lant jumps down, bringing his full body weight with a spear down this guy, driving the point of it down through the shoulder and into the chest. As this man cries out in pain before the spear is yanked free in a spout of gore. Vessel, it is your turn.
Kevin, if I were to move right here, could I see this guy back here?
You're to move right here. Could you see which guy? I'd say you'd probably have line of sight, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take one step up. Take one step right here while looking at this guy. I'm gonna cast Sleep at the 2nd level.
Oh, shit.
What that circle was.
Okay, so how big is your hit point pool?
At the 2nd level, it will be 7d8.
Woo! Ooh. Okay. So let's see. You could affect. You could affect these two that are injured right here with the 39. It's like they don't have a lot of hit points, but I'm a level with you. These guys have like 25 hit points apiece. But you would be able to get these two, for sure.
Sleep.
Okay, and is that a saving throw for them?
Creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected. Each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious. Doesn't say anything about a save.
Okay. So what does your sleep spell look like,
Okay.
my dude?
Oh, it didn't. There it is.
Well, I just meant, what's your flavor?
I don't really know. Just fucking. He goes out and he fucking extends a hand and he closes it, and what he does is he actually stops their blood flow for a split second to cut off oxygen to their brain, so they just pass out due to their blood loss that they already have.
So the wash of Arcana goes across them, and two of them, the ones that have been damaged by Shade and Garza, the bodies rock, the eyes roll back into the head as they just ragdoll to the ground.
We'll look at the rest of them. You want to keep this up?
They just look back at you, back at their comrades, then back to you, and see them kind of steal their resolve.
My turn.
Alright, Indy, you're up.
I'm going to first draw my hand axe.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to move right here. And shooting my lightning launcher out of my chest in a giant white pulse of energy. I'm going to hit this man right here.
Alright, make your ranged attack roll. Okay, 16 hits.
And then since I hit him with my lightning launcher, I can do an extra lightning damage, so it's that one right there.
Okay. So you guys watch as Indy, you said it's coming from your hand?
No, my chest.
Your chest. You guys watch as that strange armor that Indy has crafted for himself flickers of lambent static electricity kind of flow over the chest before converging in the center and firing out in this bolt that slams into this man. And he reels for a minute, but regains his feet and kind of snarls in your direction.
And that will be my turn.
Dimple, do what you do.
Okay.
I summon thee, Dimple.
Okay. So. I will. I I'm going to use steady aim. Because I'm not going to move. And that's my bonus action.
Okay.
To give myself advantage. And I'm going to... Are the ones with the masks the ones that are sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to... Sure. Okay, yeah, I am. I'm gonna shoot this one then.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Am I John? Gosh.
That is unfortunately a miss.
So stinky. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. This one that just got blasted with the lightning is going to charge Indy. And bring the mace that killed that guard after braining him down towards your head. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
All right. So you manage to bring your staff up and kind of turn the mace aside. And there is no effect. Is this guard's turn? I'm going to turn and attack this guy down here. He's going to miss because he's a guard.
Actually, worse than useless.
This guy's gonna break. Get right here and swing a longsword at you, Vessel.
Hey, that's
That is
illegal.
a 17.
That hits. And if I cast shield.
All right. That is 9 points of slashing damage to you as he comes around just yelling, just screaming in your face.
He's about to be yelling some more.
Yar.
Right. Do they get a saving throw, the ones that are sleeping, like at the ends of their turns?
This duration is a minute.
Okay.
If they can be shook awake.
Okay.
If they're hit, they also wake up too. They take damage or they're shook awake.
Alright. Well, those boys are asleep. So it's this one. Gonna attack the guard. Dirty 20.
Guard's gone.
Yeah, that guard's...
Most useless guard.
That guard just got skewered.
Our guard's supposed to be like
They
higher
definitely
level.
weren't the ones that fucking. They weren't the
They weren't
ones
the
that
ones that
fucking
caught
put them
them.
in there. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
They were just the ones fucking.
They were delivery detail, man.
Those were
apparently
two
left the
new
keys
guys.
in easy reach or something.
Alright, Shade, it is your go.
All right, cool. So this homie in front of me is asleep, so I'm gonna rush over here to this guy that just, I don't know, got his first little kill on the guard, and I'm just gonna friggin' try to run my sword through him a little bit. Just give him a little bit of that sword action, you know.
15 hits.
Cool. I would like to pump a divine smite into this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck that.
And then Divine Smite, so 17 damage.
God damn. You watch as your blade bites in the flash of radiant light, and you watch just chunks of this man's shoulder and chest, like down through the collarbone, are just gone. He is barely holding on, but he is not having a good time.
Sucks to suck. That's my turn.
Garza's turn. He's gonna weigh the sleeping form in front of him with the one that just hacked at Vessel, and is going to turn and slip. We'll just move that corpse. Slip between these guys
Slips in there,
and
grabs the
stab at the
dart,
one that
throws
is
him.
harrying you. Yeah, right? Just out of the way. Oh, yeah. 12 and 13 for a 16 and 17, so that's going to hit. Ooh, max damage. Stabs this guy up for 12 damage. That as that guy kind of, as you watch the point of the spear actually come out just underneath the rib cage before it's retracted again, and he blood beginning to run out of the corners of the mouth. And you hear Garza cackle.
Old hyena laugh.
And it's your turn, Vessel.
Which one did he hit? Did he go after?
The one directly in front of you.
The one that smacked me.
Uh-huh.
Cool. So in recoiling from him fucking slicing me, I'm gonna turn away and I'm gonna turn back and use my unsettling presence on him.
Okay, remind me what that does.
He has disadvantage on his next saving throw.
Okay.
If he lives that long.
I'll
If
say.
he's not dead by next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say to him, like, with my face all, bloody and fucking wide-smiled and shit, just like, do you really want to do this?
He's kind of, his face is bloody too, but for different reasons. I don't know.
You can stop,
Ravaging's all I'm good for.
Is that
That's
that
all
your
I
turn,
got. It's an
Vessel?
action for me to do that.
Indeed, it's your turn.
Are they wearing metal armor?
Yeah. Well, no,
Awesome.
it's like leathers and hides.
Well, that just made me sad.
Use heat metal or something.
About to say they are holding metal weapons.
I don't know if that would count.
Are you thinking shocking grasp
Yeah.
for the advantage? Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you would not have the advantage from the armor.
Well, I'm still gonna do it.
Go for it, baby.
I'm gonna electrify my hand, and I'm gonna try to grab his knee.
That's my purse.
Grab his dick and twist
I
it.
didn't need it. What advantage?
Yeah, that definitely hits.
I don't know why it made me laugh. Just grab his dick and twist it. That's so stupid.
Such an oldie, but a goodie. All right, reach out and you give this man a jolt, but he is still standing.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Oh, Dimple!
I will do the same thing I did last time and hope it'll do something this time. But I'm gonna shoot at this.
Okay.
This.
Okay.
Distant.
And shoot. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Beautiful, beautiful. I get sneak attack because I had advantage.
And because he's within 5 feet of an enemy.
X.
As Dimple just adjusts for
Damn
one
it.
direction, pulls the bolt back.
Ew, that's 2d6. Wow. Terrible.
Well, regardless of the damage, Dimple, what does Indy see as this man dies?
I'm aiming for the ear. So I feel like that's just her her
You're gonna
MO at this
scream to
point.
this man again.
Yeah. I feel like that's just her MO at this point.
It's the theme. Alright, so Indy, you watch as this man menacing you, recovering from your spell, as a dart of light goes in one ear, partially out the other, covered in crimson, and stops halfway, just dripping, as he collapses to the ground.
He just hears.
I love Dimple so much.
Oh my god.
All right. Is that your turn, Dimple?
Yes, that is my turn.
All right. Well, that man's dead. That man's dead. That man's not. And he's not in a good spot. Is sleep a concentration spell?
9.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go for Vessel again. But that's a 6. So that guy's asleep. That guy's asleep. That guy is not having a good day being caught between Garza and Shade.
What?
Take a swing at Shade, and I'm pretty sure 12 misses.
Just barely.
And it's your turn, Shade. Put him down, buddy.
Well, he didn't like that. So I would like to swing at him, and I just realized that I don't know if Garza was there before, but I get advantage on this one at least.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Bam!
Oh, yeah.
Nine more damage.
How would you like this man to die?
As he's having his little freak out moment where he takes a swing at me and I just dodge to the side. Like as I dodge to the side, I just bring the blade up under them floating ribs and just look at him and just go, punish the wicked. Just pull it right out.
He's... What? He died confused and sad.
That's fine.
It's fine. The matron will sort him out.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
I mean, absolutely.
Is that your turn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Garza, seeing the sleeping form in front of him, no, he would understand the positives of keeping a couple of them alive and in custody. So he's going to attack the one attacking you, Vessel. Yeah, that's a natural 20.
How do you want to do this, DM?
Well, let me play with
How
my
do you
action
do this? You play with
figures
your
and see
action
how this
figures.
one goes.
Hugs, kisses.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yep, that is 18 damage. So Vessel, this guy who's already having a really bad time, opens his mouth again to scream his defiance in your face, but he opens his mouth only to have a spearhead protrude from it. As he just kind of hangs there, for it's yanked free and his head snaps back and he just ragdolls to the ground. Gross.
Gross.
And it's your turn, Vessel. All that are left are the sleeping ones. So technically we could end combat here unless you just want to finish the job.
No, put him asleep. Hey, Shade, you got that rope?
I have 100 feet of it.
Want to tie them up with me?
Absolutely.
Walk over. Did they drop their weapons?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, weapons are in the dirt next to them.
Well, I'm gonna walk up to this one and just like kind of kick his shit so fucking far away, or just grab it and toss it away from him.
Yeah,
You have a
easy
strength
enough to
of You have a strength of 6. You trying to break your toe?
I got a strength of 12, sir.
Right? You're gonna pull a Viggo Mortensen.
I have a +1 in strength, my dude.
Oh, right. It's your charisma that's the 6.
Yeah. It's solo.
We can go ahead and get out of this playlist. As we are out.
Charisma so low it hangs out with a Wookiee.
All right. So silence fills the air now, except for the heavy snoring of the two individuals in the dirt and the sound of Vessel kicking various implements of harm away from their hands.
I know if we...
This is too cheery.
So in the spell it says, sleeper falls asleep until they take damage or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Could we drag the other one over here while he's still asleep?
Yeah, I'd say so. Easy enough. All right. So Shade is tying them up.
Don't mind.
I guess so.
If you don't mind, Shade.
I'm not gonna have you roll for a dex check because your quarry is not in any way able to resist being hogtied.
Make sure those nuts are good.
See, you call this a slip shank, and it's a pretty good knot. So I'll show you how to do it.
When he gets done tying that knot, can I take the 2 loose ends of the rope outside of the knot, put them together, and use my mending to put them back together?
Can't even tie
Did you just, like,
I can't even
break my rope?
I mean, we could cut it.
We can cut it back, but they can't untie it if it can't be untied.
Yeah, you could do that. That's the way to go here.
That's awesome. It fucking stuck. What Indy do that? But look over at Shay, and be like, "That's what those dead guards should have done."
Garza kind of comes and looks down at
Don't
this
speak ill of the dead.
sneer on his face. I will.
That's what those passed away guards should have done.
Can Dimple, like, stealthily check their pockets?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Man.
We're about to interrogate some thieves, and she's just pickpocketing dead guard wallets.
I say, if you're going to do it stealthily, let's make sleight of hand check.
Make sure I have my advantage off.
Are you pickpocketing the dead guards?
Absolutely,
That is
yes.
hilarious.
Yeah, she's going for all the bodies. Okay, so flitting around from body to body, rifling through pockets and under armor. These criminals don't really have a whole lot on them.
Yeah, I figured because they were arrested.
The guards, however, each had a pouch of 30 gold.
Ooh, hello.
So that's 60 gold. One of them had a gold ring.
Ooh. Oh, gold.
And
Ring.
the armor they're wearing is regular splint mail.
Okay.
And the weapons they're carrying are normal spears.
Okay. I will take the gold and the ring.
Okay. And Garza is just kind of looking down at these guys that are sleeping.
I see we put the blade to them now. Only good Ravager is a dead Ravager.
Let's see what they have to say first. Fucking Vessel's just gonna squat down, and just just
Identity crisis.
fucking
Wrong
slap,
tiefling.
just slap one of them awake a little bit.
He stirs. Kind of. Oh!
You're under arrest.
As he- Yeah.
You're under arrest.
I mean, he's terrified. Pissing himself terrified.
He didn't have to do that.
Not actually pissing himself, but he's like, we're on the verge.
What's your name?
Steven?
Steven? What's his name?
It's Joe. Are you going to kill me?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not, but the big hyena man might. So what was your plan here? How did you envision this entire mess going in your head?
Kind of looks around. His 3 dead friends and the one next to him asleep in the dirt. Fuck. Oh. You're gonna take the weapons. The cart. Oh, I probably shouldn't say no more.
Oh, I think you should.
Joe be real angry with me, but it's
He's asleep. It's fine.
Oh, Joe? And I pull out my sword and I go, and I just squat next to Joe and I look at him and I go, Joe won't say much if you don't start talking.
Make an intimidation check. With advantage, I'll say.
You don't have to meet the Sable Lady today.
Oh, fuck. You gotta... Fuck. You can see him in the very obviously limited capacity he has, trying to think his way out of this. But, Steven's not a clever man. I'm gonna die the fucking way. I'm dead out of the fucking way. We were supposed to take the cart. Made up with the others.
Rogar was there. Like each of you to make me an intelligence check.
Everyone?
Yep.
Gotta get hit with synaptic static.
Not a saving throw, just an intelligence check. Okay. All of you.
Smart.
It takes a second as he's babbling, and the name Rogar hangs in the air for a minute. And you think back to when you woke up in the cages and the two individuals around the fire were talking. Rogar. They mentioned that name too.
Where is Rogar?
The DM checked the map of Exandria real quick.
What do you better? Who is Rogar?
Let's see.
I'll do you one better. Why is Rogar?
What is Rogar?
I was hoping Collins was going to pick up that alley oop I fucking threw him, but he did not.
Let's see, where did I have him?
It's so little.
I'm happy I put
This
these guys to sleep.
picture.
Yeah, that was a good play.
I misunderstood how sleep worked. I thought all of them would go to sleep.
Nah, it's like a pool that you like you use so much on a dude, and then they have however much left over on the next dude.
Yeah.
So
I
to
get
the
that now.
question, where is Rogar? I don't know. He's always moving. Last I knew, he was at
You were gonna
Tort
meet
Hill.
him somewhere.
Last I knew, he was at Tort Hill.
Tort Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you going to meet? Is that where you're going to meet him?
It's the last place I knew he was.
Where were you going to
Stop
meet
helping me.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It's like, where are we gonna meet? Is that where you're gonna meet him? Where are we gonna meet him?
We were hoping to meet him.
All right, we have something to go on. Stand up. Just
Where were
look
you?
at
Why were you going to meet him?
He leads us now.
The Ravagers? The whole Ravagers?
Our little, not little. I mean, we've been. He leads us.
How many are you?
More every day. You can see now that statement emboldens him a little bit. More every day. Dividing plains. They're gonna be swallowed. It's gonna be a tide of black death and ash. And we're gonna be the head of it.
I don't think you will specifically either.
Why do you say that? Just because of the Ravagers?
Kind of looks at his sleeping buddy. Back at the corpses. Back at you. You have no idea what's coming. This place is gonna be swallowed up. And then all of the dividing plains. And then Tal'Dorei. And then we march on the Rifen Mist Peninsula. And we're gonna take it all.
Who's we?
Rogar. Ravagers. All of us.
that what Rogar
The
says?
whole bloody Ferrum Syndicate.
What Rogar says, or is that what your god says?
Do I know
Oh,
what the
you
Ferrum
need-
Syndicate is, DM?
Make a history check.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
no
you
idea.
don't.
No
You've
idea. Turbo, no
you-
idea.
Never heard of it. And to your statement about gods, oh, we don't need gods no more. Oh, no.
I wouldn't say
We
that
got
too loud around that one.
We've got all sorts of nightmares on our side. Just as itching to spill blood as we are. Rogar commands it all. You wait. Maybe you'll see him too before the end.
He's not going to tell us anything else. What was the name of the knoll, Kevin? I forget.
Garza.
Garza, that's right. I look at Garza and I go, "You're the justice out here. You do what you think's right."
Not a second's hesitation. Spear finds that man's temple.
Well, he's dead.
And he kind of looks at you askance as he eyes the one that's sleeping.
I was going to suggest maybe we just turn him in and get paid.
He looks a little disappointed, but he nods.
I look at the dead dude and say, "He may not need a god, but he's about to beg at one's feet."
Hell yeah. Alright, so people are starting to appear in windows or at cracked doorways now to look at the scene in front of them. Garza kind of begins taking control of the scene, having some of the more able-bodied field hands begin to move the bodies away and separate them. Begins waving people back to their business. And kind of looks over his shoulder at all of you as he's delegating, and
We'll talk more about this tonight.
You said the guards had splint armor on, right?
Splint, yes.
You know, I was thinking the same thing.
I look over
That's
it.
better. That's better armor than what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's clothes.
I
Can I
mean,
has that splint armor?
We gotta say it like that, bro.
If I has that,
He's not going to be using it.
I will.
it's sell them. Split 'em.
I will. I'm gonna. No, the two splint armors. They're both gonna be used. One by him, one by me.
Oh, wait, were the guards wearing the split armor?
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought these morons were. Okay.
Nah, they were in like hides and leathers.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna say a little prayer over the guards whose armor I'm about to strip. Be like, just know that in death I will wear this armor in your stead. As I'm just fucking just
Right.
shimmying the pants off, trying to make it stoic, but I'm just like, God damn it.
But Garza, as he goes to kind of finish delegating everything while you're taking your spoils.
Refitting.
Yeah.
Hey, Indy.
he just kind of looks at you guys and
I'm afraid there's much to discuss now. This bodes ill not only for us here, but everywhere. We'll talk tonight.
and kind of heads off on his way. As we pan out to the sounds of splint mail being taken off a corpse and greedily shoved over one's head and shoulders. The shattered tranquility of this sleepy little village hanging in the air. And looking forward to whatever dark portents are on the horizon. We'll go ahead and call it there because it's almost midnight.
just wanted to do.
Go for it.
Hey, Indy,
Yeah.
can you help me throw Sleepy Joe in the back of this carriage?
Do we need to untie him from the sleepy Steven?
That one hurt. That one took something from me.
Nah, leave him tied up. Send a message.
I look down at my frame, and I look over at Garza and Shade and go, are you really asking the right person for this?
Well, I need you.
Get after it, dog.
I need you anyway.
I need you, Indy. You're my only hope.
I drop my splint armor on the ground and go over to him. What do you need?
Help me throw him in there. And can you seal the back of that carriage so they can't get out?
I should be able to.
Get with that rope. You're muted, Kevin.
Pieces of the lock are easily found where you could reattach and like mend and then reinforce them.
That was all I was wanting to do. They're gonna be chilling back in that sealed ass carriage tied to his dead friend.
All right.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Well, we will go ahead and call it there because it is late. I am tired. The brain fog is taking over. My improv skills broke about 45 minutes ago.
We interrogated somebody without cutting off hands. Good job, guys.
Yeah, an old guy named Freeland about the shipping and trading of peanuts.
Got a little squirrely there at the end, but I hope you guys had fun.
I did.
Hey, I got new armor out of it.
Uh-huh.
Same.
Not only that, you got to drop some fucking cold ass lines on some dudes.
I got to use sleep.
Always looking.
Oh, Kevin. Well, I didn't put that splint armor on yet.
What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, since it only takes an action of turning an arcane armor, could I just go ahead and say I did it?
Yeah, about to say. But I hope you guys had fun. Hope was not boring.
I had fun.
I know there are those among us who are the tired, DM included.
This, was personally, far as we've been in the campaign, best day at Gwynpilar.
I'll do some research on where the peanuts come from.
And
The truth is out there, and I will find out. No, the ale comes from the dude. He said it did. The ale comes from that guy.
You could
That's
have
canon,
avoided
though.
all this if you would just said, yeah, we've got a peanut farm here.
I thought
Like, yeah,
about
we
it,
got
and I was
peanuts.
just like,
Okay.
eh. Oh. Yeah,
All right.
it's really funny because initially they were supposed to try and at the turning of the battle, try and get in the cart and escape and turn it into a chase, and well, they never got the chance to do that shit.
Sleep.
They weren't.
So
getting back in that
here's
car.
my question.
I mean, two of them are in the cart. They're not
If
getting out
they
of it
would've-
again.
If they would have gotten that metal cart, and I just happened to catch up and use shock and grasp on the cart, would I have gotten them all at once?
Probably not, because while this is a fantasy world and there is magic, the Faraday principle is still very much alive.
Well, there's a limit to how effective your cantrip is.
Yeah.
But there's not a limit to how conductive metal is.
Yeah,
There is
but
a
it would
limit to
Yes,
how
basically
there
be
is.
like
conductive metal
There
is,
is
sir.
actually a limit.
Mhm.
It would be like a giant Faraday cage on wheels, my dude.
At least I know that you ain't getting out of here and going to astronaut college.
I got
I'm
my
going to
doctorate in
space
astronaut.
school. Space school. Colin's going straight up space camp.
Collins,
He's going
doctor,
straight.
astronaut,
He's going straight to fishing school, man.
astronaut, doctor.
I'll go buy his tackle box today.
Yeah,
Astronaut,
not doctor
fish
for
doctor.
sure.
I got my doctorate in astronaut and fishing.
Majored in astronaut.
He's not an astronaut, but he's got his doctorate in astronaut.
I'm gonna be the world's first space fisherman.
He's like, I'll catch bass on the moon.
Ace wheel.
All right, I'm going to bed, guys. I'll talk to you all later.
Yeah, same,
Later.
man. I've had like
Later.